G'day YouTube, Max Wright here, and really fun video for you today. Thought we were going to do a little bit of technical analysis. We're going to go back and look at previous bull markets, see if there's any lessons to be learned about what we can see for the rest of this one. I think you're going to be very, very interested in that, so make sure you stay to the end. And I do apologize, I haven't been making a lot of videos lately. I kind of got hooked on Discord. So for those of you who don't know, we launched a Discord channel and it's just been like fantastic, and I've been spending a lot of time there. And I just get to do things instantly. I just type a quick message and it's there and I love it. I thought I'd share with you this comment from Greg. This community is beyond awesome, Max. This community is a slice of the world population cake. Well, there's a lot of cream on this slice. I've met so many people here who are awake and have great critical thinking skills. So it's exactly what I knew would happen. I've known for a long time that Success Council just has the best community out there. And I'm just trying to figure out how do we kind of harness that. And I've played around with Telegram, played around with Facebook, and it was all kind of junk and annoying and it was silly. This is just perfect. There's just all these different rooms here where people are meeting and chatting up. We had people predicting the Cardano big pump, so people got a heads up that the Cardano big pump was happening, so that was pretty exciting in the Cardano room. And people got into, who knew there was all these tax experts? I had no idea. So I had to create all these extra rooms, which is, so there's people in here discussing, tax benefits and how to sell your crypto or minimize your tax things, because someone in Britain or Australia or Canada figured it out and shares it right here in there, and then saves the whole community just hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, who knows. So really, really fun. And it's already, we've added like about 15 rooms for different things that people are wanting to talk about. We've added crypto memes in here so people get a giggle every day. And it's just a really, really awesome community. So if you haven't tried it yet, I highly recommend you do. There's a 7-day free trial. Go ahead and click the link in the description of this video. It'll also be in the pinned comment as well. So a really, really good idea to check that out. Super, super fun. All right, let's get over to the charts and go ahead and look at some things. So Bitcoin price falling at the moment, 47,000. It did get over 50. And it's still maintaining its life in this wedge here. We'll see if we crash out of this wedge. Time will tell. But I think probably most likely not. We'll get to that in a little bit, why I think that here in just a minute. But it's a little bit of a bloodbath in the altcoin space, and Bitcoin dominance is up almost a full percentage point today from 43.8 to 44.8. All happened in the last few hours. As we scroll down, you see some serious hits here, 10% down to Cardano, Link down 10%, DOT down 11%. It's a sea of red in the altcoin market, which is good, because it was out of control. When I looked at this, if you're not familiar with Crypto Bubbles, it's a really fun site where you can just, it just tells you what's up and what's down. If it's green, that project went up. If it's red, that project went down. And one day last week, every single altcoin in the top 100 was green against both Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I said in the chats, I was like, crazy, this can't last. These alts are going to have a correction here soon, and we're seeing that here today. So cheers to all the people who traded that or managed to dodge that by getting out of some of their altcoin holdings before this went down. So okay, that kind of is expecting that correction in the Bitcoin dominance. Let's just run and have a look at the Bitcoin dominance too. You guys know it's an important indicator to me, and we did drop below this purple band of support, and we're now hovering below it. We're going to see it's a bit of a battle now going on, and I really do want to see Bitcoin break out, leave the alts behind, and later on in the cycle we'll see another altcoin season, and altcoins will leave Bitcoin behind, and that's what I'm expecting. That's what I want to see. This just looks like we're having a little bit of a battle over this right now. The altcoins said, we're not ready yet to lay down and die Bitcoin. We want to hold on to your coattails for a little bit longer. And for that, I think it's kind of slowing Bitcoin's ascent towards that all-time high in $100,000. But that's okay. Bitcoin will break free at some point, I think. But then we'll have an altcoin season later in the year, and that's going to be quite spectacular as well. I'll let you know all of my thoughts throughout the year as that happens. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button while you're there. All right, let's get to the Bitcoin chart. And what I want to do, I just had a light issue, don't know why, but you can still see me, so it's okay. Well, here's what I want to do. I want to go back, a little stroll through memory lane here, and check this out. Wait, I'll do this on this BLX chart, actually. Let's do here. This has the longest history. And I'm going to go to the weekly, And I'm going to go to the log. Well, we're already here. Okay. So I want to draw your attention to, actually, no, you know what? We'll go back first. Let's slide on over here until, so the two big bull years prior to this one, 2013, 2017. We're going to take a look at both of these. So here is, let's get on here. What you've got on the screen right now is the calendar year 2013. There you go. Here's January, here's December. Okay, you'll notice that we had this big run up, big crash through December, regained some strength, went sideways a little bit, and then all in the last quarter, it went absolutely parabolic from $100 to $1,200, right? I'm expecting a pretty similar thing to happen this year, but let's just look at some of the similarities this year. What I really draw your attention to is this period here, this really aggressive run up in the first part of the year. This purple line, by the way, is the 21 weekly moving average. And I want to draw your attention to the fact of just how far away this green line stayed, the candle stayed away from this purple line throughout this period. And I think that was quite telling. For those of you longtime subscribers of the channels, this channel, earlier this year, when Bitcoin was just going nuts, ran up from $10,000 to $60,000 in a handful of months, I made plenty of videos that said, this looks more like 2013 than 2017, which means we will have a big correction during the summer. Because we had a lot of people trying to get in, they were waiting to buy the dip here, and it just, that's this year, and it just never came, similar to 2017. This dip just never came. And so that is that's kind of a similarity. Then what's happened, we broke down below the 21-week moving average for about 8 weeks. We climbed our way out of it, right? Got above there, went sideways for a little bit, and then at some point later in the year, the Q4 went absolutely nuts. Okay, let's go and look at 2017, see if that was similar, see if that was different. Where are we? Okay, we've got 2017 on the screen here. Okay, so we're right here. So we've got, this is 2017. Now here's what I want you to notice about 2017. We regularly come down and kiss the 21-week moving average. And it was like every few months you get this opportunity to come back. Something else I want you to notice. It never extended that far away from the 21-week moving average in 2017. It was kind of bound to it. We went up a little bit, crashed down, went up a little bit, crashed down, went up a little bit, crashed down. Eventually, there was this massive moment where we were like, it just didn't. We were like 200% over and above the moving average, like 182%, and that was this signal, that was the end of the bull market, and we crashed down. Let me have a quick look back here. This looks like a pretty significant deviation too. What's that one? No, that was only 100%. That's the log chart playing tricks on my eyes. It was only 100%. So it never really got that far away. So I think that's kind of really interesting. The 2017, there was more regular corrections. They were smaller corrections. It was bound to the 21-week moving average, and it never went below the 21-week moving average, right? So now let's bring us into here we are in 2021. And you can see this purple line here. This purple line right here is the 21-week moving average. And a couple things. I know we had a lot of people just like, oh man, we're waiting for a pullback. Where's this pullback? The whole run up from 10,000 to 60,000. People were waiting for these big pullbacks to come back to the 21-week moving average, and it just never happened, right? And we had this same characteristic. It was a long way from the 21-week moving average. Like I think way back here, what are we at? We're helping me 130% above the moving average. I'm not sure. Let me check because with the log it can be a little bit tricky. Probably here. We have, what is it? 120%, right? So the characteristic of this year is a lot more similar to 2021. We stay further away from the 20. It was an aggressive first quarter and early second quarter. We stayed away from the 21-week moving average. We did not come and correct it. We were a fair way away from it. And we dipped back down below the 21-week moving average. I think this time it was for 12 weeks. And for 12 weeks, we've stayed below. We've now climbed our way out of it. We find ourselves above the 21-week moving average. And so what is going to happen now? I'm not expecting too much. What are we? We're late August. We've only got September to go, and then we're into Q4. So that's interesting. So I mean, we could go early, we could go a little bit late, but I am expecting the last half of this year to just be absolutely insane. Insane. So now that we've figured out we're a lot closer to 2013, let's see if we can kind of use some guesstimates here and see, well, just how, if 2013 was to play out, like if the similarities between this year and 2013 were to remain, what would that look like? And so a couple ways we can do this. I'll grab some ghost candles here, and I'm going to start, where should I start from? I'll start from January 2013 and end at December 2013. This was a very aggressive run up, and so yeah, like maybe, you know what? I'm not sure how this is going to play out. Let's do both. Hang on. Okay, so we got January to December. This is just calendar year 2013. We are going to lay it over calendar year 2020. Oh, I've got to bring the candles with me. What am I doing? Okay, lay these candles over 2013. Let's go ahead, shrink it up a little. Woo, not that much. Okay, and here, so this is kind of a match. Let's see what we're looking at here. This is kind of a match. See, you'll notice that in 2013, there was a blow off top in April, and then it was a sharp demise and quite a sharp bottom. We had different, so we can see it, we had a Wyckoff distribution and a Wyckoff accumulation. And these weren't sharp peaks, these were lower, so they didn't peak as much, right? Whereas you can see this one is a sharp peak and a sharp bottom. But so it's gonna be hard to line these up a little bit. But what I'm trying to gauge here is I just want to capture this pullback. And like, I think, whoa, what happened then? Where'd you go? Okay, why are you being so difficult? Looked something like that, but no, that's not quite right. Why? Because, let's shrink it a little bit. Yeah, I think something like this is more appropriate. You'll see, it starts off a little bit lower down here, like on this pullback, but that's almost a good, 9 months earlier. So it happened a lot faster in 2013. It was a much steeper curve if we're trying to match to this correction. Let's try out a different, but as it sits right now, what this is saying is that the price of Bitcoin could reach $500,000, right? If we kind of match some kind of similarity. But let's change it a little bit. We'll shrink it up here a little bit. See if this fits a little better. See, now I've tried to match this line a little bit, but now this dip is a little wrong because we dipped more aggressively than what happened in 2013. I mean, maybe not if you consider the peaks up here, but it's a little bit challenging given the Wyckoff situation versus those ones. I'm just trying to gauge here a little bit of a similarity to what happened in 2013. Now this one here, which is a lot more conservative, this puts the price of Bitcoin at $400,000. And I know that these numbers are absolutely insane. Right now we're at $50,000. We're talking in the order of 8 to 10x in the next 4 months. And I'm not saying this is a likely scenario, but I just want you to know this is like Bitcoin just jacks people up. It can do absolutely incredible things. It builds up energy and explodes. And I don't know if it's going to hit 500,000. I don't know if it's going to hit 400,000. But I think we are going to see a spectacular Q4, an absolutely spectacular Q4. And one of the things I wanted to show you, if we follow the patterns here in 2013, we're not going to get these big pullbacks, like a big retracement back to the 21-week moving average, like we got in 2017. In 2013, that did not happen, right? And so I wanted to share this with you because I know a lot of people got frustrated in the first part of this year waiting for some big pullback that never came. They're like, man, why didn't I just buy for 20 grand here? Because I waited for a pullback that never came, and we got all the way up to 60. and they didn't enjoy any of it. Now, we dropped down to 30 and over and over and over again during these months. I said, this is your accumulation period. So they didn't miss out too much. They missed out on 20. They got a chance to buy at 30. But I think here for the rest of the year, if you're looking for some big pullback, if you want them to retest 30, forget it. If you want to retest 42, probably forget it. Can it happen? It can happen. But I'm thinking 42 is a big point of resistance here. It was like the base of this whole Wyckoff distribution right here. Can it come back to 42? It can. We've got some confluence there with a 21-week moving average at 42,000 as well. But I suspect that these big pullbacks are not going to happen for the remainder of the year. And so I think that's another reason why they've been a little bit quiet with the YouTube videos. It's like, what am I going to tell you? It's like I don't think there's going to be some big pullback like where you're going to get another chance to get a 30%, 40%, 50% discount before the rest of this bull market. If you're not in Bitcoin right now or in cryptocurrency, now is the time. I don't think you're going to get a big pullback. This is a big pullback today. This is yesterday's price of 49,000 because I'm on the BLX. But we just went down from 48. Let's have a look what that actually means. We just went down to 48 from 51. I mean, what is that? It's about an 8% decline or so. I was a little bit aggressive there. I missed the mark. No, am I doing my math wrong? Let's bring this in on the daily. Oh yeah, we'll take it from that peak up there, from 50,500, and today we came down to what, 47.8, which is about 5%. It's 5%. I think we'll see bigger dips than 5% towards the end of the year. But I just want to caution everybody, don't fall into the trap that people fell into in Q1, where they wanted to buy at 10, but they were waiting for a big pullback. They wanted to buy at 15,000, but they were waiting for a big pullback. They wanted to buy at 20,000, but they were waiting for a big pullback. It's entirely possible we're not going to see big pullbacks because this year looks a lot more like 2013 than 2017. And in 2013, those big pullbacks, there was one gigantic rip your face off 80% pullback over summer. And that was it. They didn't have these regular monthly 30% pullbacks. And so I just really, really want you guys to do that. So with that in mind, I will have one final thought here on how to kind of play it as best we can. I got to go back to BLX. The history is not there. So we still want to kind of look for good entries. For the traders out there, investors, just whatever, just go ahead and buy. For the traders, we're looking for good entry points. And to go back this far, I've got it on the weekly. But you'll notice we never, this is just green. After this period, we break above the 21-week moving average. We go sideways for a little bit, and then we just put on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 consecutive weeks of just monster green candles. So, there's just not one red candle. There's just no significant pullbacks is what I'm trying to get you to fathom here and understand. And it's entirely possible that is going to happen this time. I would even go so far as to say that is likely. I'm not saying it's likely we're going to get to 500,000. I'm just saying it's possible. It's possible. Most people, no, Mats, no. We're not getting to $500,000 Bitcoin in 4 months. I'm saying you absolutely can. It's not necessarily likely, but it's a possibility. Where is it going to get to? I think 100,000, 200,000 is almost guaranteed, in my opinion. I think it's going to do that, at least. That's a 4x. That's beautiful. 300,000, I start to get a little bit like, it can definitely do it. It's just a maybe. So what I want to get your attention here, we've just had all these green candles. What are we up to here? 3, 3, we're at the start of 6th. Look, I wouldn't be surprised if through September, we just take a little bit of a breather and let things catch up. Let the moving averages catch up. We'll probably go through a golden cross here in a little bit, probably in about a month or so. And so, this is like another little accumulation phase if this plays out like I think it's going to. There'll just be another little accumulation phase. Maybe it'll go up a little bit. Maybe it'll go down a little bit. I don't know. But this is the time, if you're not in yet, hopefully you guys took my advice, just a little stocked up down here. If you didn't, that's okay. Stock up now. Q4 is going to be spectacular, and we're going to see. So with regards to entry points, the only other thing I want to share with you is maybe let's bring it into the hourly and look for these little opportunities. That's the daily, that's no good. Oh, we're on the BLX, that's the problem. Let's come down there. Let's get on that chart. Let's go to the hourlies. And if you want to look for my video, how to catch the big green handles. If you go to my channel and search green handles, it'll elaborate on this idea. But what we're looking for is, we're looking to identify trend breaks. Preferably, you'd rather do this on larger time frames, like maybe the 4 hour, maybe the 3 hour. But right now I've come down to the hour to make them, well, we'll find more of them because we're on the smaller time frames. But the bigger the time frames, the more trustworthy they are. What you're looking for are these trend lines. You'll see we've got 1 touch, 2 touches, 3 touches, 4 touches. We've got an established trend line. This is just on an hourly. This took place over like 2 days. And then we got, boom, a break of the trend. And so what is a good thing here for the traders, look for these little ones on small time frames. If you're trying to look for them on the weeklies, I just don't think you're going to find them. All right? Maybe through September we'll find them, but by the time October, November, December comes around, I just don't think you're going to find them. Hopefully you're fully deployed and in crypto as far as you want to be by the Q4, because I think Q4 is going to be spectacular. But where you get in, if you just want to do little trades and snipes here and there and good entry points to get into leverage positions, is look for these trend lines. The higher the time frame, the better. We found one here on the hourly. We didn't really make one here. This one's only got 2 touch points. Keep an eye out. If this comes back up, if we draw these together here, and we come back up, bounce off it again, then I would say consider that a solid trend line, and on the breakout of that would be a really good entry point. Okay, that's just the kind of thing I'm looking for. So yeah, we'll keep our eye out for these, and I'll probably only make videos when I kind of find them for you. Even though I am fully deployed, I'm not going to get any more into crypto. I took my own advice. I went ballistic on this this period down here in this Wyckoff accumulation period, and I accumulated all throughout here and leveraged myself silly. I actually leveraged myself silly on the breakout. I took the maximum amount of leverage I can do at Kraken. It was a weird one. I didn't realize Kraken had limits. I was like, I put money in, and I was like, you can't leverage this far. And I was like, what? All right, I'll give you more money then. And then they still wouldn't leverage. I'm just like, why will they not let me buy more? Why can I not leverage more? Turns out Kraken has a limit. It doesn't matter if you've got $1 billion in your account. You still cannot break their limit of leverage. So I maxed myself out on leverage. I maxed myself out on just buying and hodling all in here. And so I'm probably not going to do any more trades because I can't unless I sign up to other exchanges, which I probably won't bother. But I'll do videos from time to time. If you're not in, look, if I see one of these, I'll just drop a video and let you know, okay? And of course, I'll let you guys know in the Discord. So once again, go ahead, free 7-day trial. It's only $10 a month after the trial. So it's just really, really good stuff in there. So go ahead, check that out. Click the link in the description and check out the Discord. We'd love to chat to you in there. I've been a lot more prolific in there than I thought I would be. I've been chatting quite a lot, met a lot of great people, and it's been really, really fun. So hope to see you in there. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Take care.